And I just wanted to come on and say good morning. We have a lot of energetic fluctuations going on right now, and I made a lot of excuses for why I don't want to make this video. Um, well, I've been feeling called to do videos for a while, and I got this thing on my chin, and then I was sick, and there's always some reason not to. Um, but then I just realized, what if the information is supposed to come out this way? What if it's supposed to be encouraging to other people who might be going through something similar? And so I just thought, well, I'm just going to start recording and see what happens. And a lot of times I get channeled messages as I'm talking, and that happens a lot. And then, of course, if I don't write it down or document it, then I just forget it. And I've been having a lot of dreams. I don't remember many of them, but most of them are about, something like having superpowers. And my son told me the other night that he had a dream that he was flying, and I thought that was really cool. And so, the Schumann resonance has been going crazy. I think there were 3 days in a row where it was 80 something, and then it got close to 100 again. And I just watched this really cool video about a Pleiadian channeling that I posted on my Facebook page if you want to look at it. And it's just about 2020 is really going to be a big year. And I know, I don't know about you, but how many times have we heard that? How many times have we heard, oh, this is going to be a big deal, or it's the most exciting time, or it's the biggest supermoon, all of these things. It's kind of, I think it's kind of human nature that we want to sensationalize things. We create drama so that we can create contrast, perhaps, or the thing that's been leading me lately is just really looking into my inner joy and trying to figure out that, just be like a cat, right? Just enjoy being petted and enjoy being in the present moment where you just lay in the sun. And I've been doing a lot of sun gazing, and I read something recently also where it said humans are like plants. We need water and sunlight to survive and to thrive. And I thought about that a lot because in the winter and in the rainy, dark days, I don't tend to have as much energy. Hi, Carmel. And so, I've been making a conscious effort to go outside when it's sunny and just let myself have some time where I'm not necessarily looking straight at the sun, even though I do that sometimes, but recently the sun's been really intense. And even though the practice of sun gazing is centered around gazing directly into the sun at sunrise or sunset, I did that for a few years out in California on the beach. But the last time I tried it here, I think it was about a month ago, and it was really intense, and my eyes didn't like it really, and so I just decided that I'm just going to go out and let the sun sort of hit me how it hits me, but not try to look directly at it. So a lot of times I've been just going out and just having my eyes open and just sort of letting it come in how it is comfortable. um, and also, I realized when we squint, we do all this with our face, and we get all these wrinkles. And, as I get older, I'm thinking about wrinkles. But if you really focus on the sun is nourishing, the sun is healing. And there have been a lot of articles recently and some research that said that the sun can heal cancer. And I shared that with my mom, and we talked about not wearing sunglasses. Sunglasses, sunscreen, staying out of the sun. And, that's all fear based, really. And if you think about it, the sun nourishes you. It's the full spectrum of light, this full spectrum of colors. And when we talk about raising our vibration and correlate the chakras with all the colors, then we represent the full spectrum of colors when we are in homeostasis, I guess you'd call it. And so just thinking about how the sun can really reflect all of those colors for us and fill us up in ways that food can't really do. And the food that we tend to choose can sometimes be even working against us. I've noticed that for me, and like I really believe that everybody is in a different place, and just what works for me right now doesn't have to work for you right now. And everything is temporary. Change is the only constant, all those cliches. But just because something is working for me right now doesn't mean that you have to do the same thing that I'm doing to have the same result, because you're different, and everybody is different. Everybody has different things that they enjoy. Now, having said that, there are certain things that, and I'm sorry, but, alcohol it really hurts your body. It hurts your energetic field. And when you, consume alcohol and other substances that we won't even go into, and, it's not a judgment for me. I don't have an issue with if you choose that. I drink coffee sometimes and I know that it's not great for me. So just having the knowledge and coming from a space of being informed, if you go out to a bar and you have drinks with friends and you're having a good time and you're and then the next day you might not feel so good. And while most people are going to say that's a hangover, it is, but I believe it's also an energetic hangover. Going to a bar, it opens you up. People come to the bar because they're in pain most of the time. Most people don't say, oh, I'm feeling great, let's go out and drink. Sometimes you do. I'm not saying always, but a lot of times people will be like, oh, I don't feel so good. I need a drink. I need to relax, and then they go have a few drinks and then they share their pain with everybody else in the room. And then we all are empaths. And so we absorb that. And that's just, it's kind of a pretty well-known energetic principle. And so again, no judgment coming from me. I just know that that's what happens. And it happened to me and I had to stop because it was just literally my body just rejected it. My body started rejecting alcohol. And so I had to I didn't really I mean, we always have a choice, right? But I found that when I drink, and it still happens, I've tried occasionally because it's a big social construct. It's hard to get out of that social habit, but it just makes me sick physically and energetically. So wow, that was kind of a rant. I don't know where that came from. But anyway, I think what I was trying to get at is, being conscious and mindful of the choices that you're making for yourself with the places you go, the things you consume, and the energies that you allow into your space. And again, an energy that doesn't work in your space is just like putting a square peg in a round hole or trying to. And it's because there's energy that doesn't match with what you want to be doing with your life. There's energy that doesn't match where you are. You might not be in alignment with it. And if you take on other people's pain, as we've been taught to do, to make them feel better, then they'll feel better and then you'll feel worse. And then what happens is you'll go find somebody to talk to and unload your pain. And then I call this the pain baton, because it's like, remember those track meets where you'd pass the baton and, everybody do a little bit of, that's what we do with it. That's what we've done with our pain and our sadness and our suffering. We've passed it on to each other and we're just going around and around and around in this circle. And where does that end? And so it ends with you. It ends with where you choose, what do you choose to do with your pain? When you've had a bad day, what do you choose to do? And, if the things that you do are working for you, then I always say don't try to mess with it if it's not broken. But if you're finding that it's not working for you, then you might want to consider doing something different with your pain. And what's worked for me is meditation and being in nature. Um, I really enjoyed Qigong and yoga. There's a lot of really great spiritual events happening around In my area, definitely, I'm sure that there are a lot of events. You just have to look for them. You have to know you're looking for something different. And you also kind of have to be okay with being alone a little bit. And solitude can be very healing, and it has been for me. And coming from me, like I was a huge extrovert, and those of you that have known me for a long time, I really enjoyed being social and going out. And I've gotten to where, and again, this is just right now, and I think that it will probably change. But for right now, I have found that being by myself a lot, I need a lot of alone time, is really healing. And once you kind of get okay with being by yourself, then your world starts to open up, because then you can really focus on what you want. And when you start taking all the energy out of your space, hi Carmel, that doesn't belong to you and that doesn't match with your inside truth, then you start to be able to find your real, true inner joy. And so, coming full circle, joy is the, well, and I don't even like to say destination, but moving toward your joy is going to bring you the success that you are looking for. And if you're doing things because you feel like you have no choice, if you're doing things because you feel like you have to, if you hear yourself saying things like, well, I don't have any, I have to do this because if I don't do this, I won't have any money. It's a really good example. I used to be like that. I used to be on that train. But converting that fear and that lack mentality of I'm scared there's not going to be enough, I'm scared I'm not going to have enough, and converting that into trust that you will always be provided for and that you are divinely protected and directed. Those are the That's the space that this energy is wanting us to move into. So I think that'll be a good start for today, and I'm going to try to start making more videos. I really wanted to do more blogging, but I've just been having a lot of technological issues. And so I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know. I really love hearing from people. I love hearing about your life and your journey, and let's encourage each other and support each other. And I love you, and have a wonderful day. And we'll talk again soon.